The Zoom65 is considered by many to be one of the best budget keyboards on the market, and they recently came out with a version 2. So let's see if this keyboard still holds that title. The Zoom65 version 2 comes in at $175 for the base kit, which is a little bit more expensive than version 1, but you are kind of getting minor upgrades in every department when it comes to this keyboard versus the original. They did send this out to me for my honest review, but that does not impact what I'm actually going to say about this keyboard in any way. Before we get into all of that, I just wanted to give you a quick word for today's sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay is your one-stop shop for all things PCB related. If you want to go there and design your own PCB, they have plenty of different PCB options to choose from, whether it be your rigid or flexible PCBs. They have a lot of things to choose from. They also feature very fast turnaround, as fast as 24 hours, and of course they also have fast delivery times. When it comes to value, they're considered one of the best on the market as well, so you definitely know you're getting the best price. They also have their very own open source community as well, where you can basically just buy people's creations. So if you see a PCB that you like, that someone's designed, you can buy that as well. You can also access their CNC machining tab as well by just uploading your CAD files, and you have plenty of options to choose from for that as well. If you do want to check out PCBWay, I'll be leaving a link to them in the description below. So inside the box, you get the aluminum top and bottom case. They have plenty of color options to choose from. I chose the green colorway, which looks awesome. I love the green color for this keyboard. And of course, we got the gold knob and the gold external weight as well. So the back plate is also glass like the Zoom TKL was. It has a Bluetooth FlexCut RGB PCB that is south facing, so you don't have to worry about cherry interference, and it does come with a battery as well. There's also the daughter board and all the foams that you could possibly ever need in this keyboard kit. You have the case foam, the plate foam, PE foam, the gaskets, and more case foam for the battery slot if you did not want to use the battery, or if you wanted to replace the internal weight with foam as well. It originally comes with a PC plate, but you can buy plates separately if you didn't want to use the polycarbonate plate. It comes with external weight, a knob, stabilizers, feet, screws and all that stuff, and it also comes with a coiled USB cable. Now I will say, I've said this about every keyboard kit, stop including coiled cables. Just give me a very nice straight braided cable and we're good, because bad coiled cables are very obvious. It also does come with a very nice traveling case as well. So overall, you definitely get a lot for your money. Now the build process of this keyboard is quite simple. There's a lot of screws that go into this keyboard. They're all at the top of the case, and if you did want to remove the internal weight, there are 4 screws for the internal weight as well. And if you did want to unscrew the back plate, there are screws at the bottom as well for that. So the first thing I wanted to do was basically work on the stabilizers, and that was a horrible experience. This took me like 5 hours just to get no ticking on these stabilizers. I was almost going insane. Now they do include some tape that you are supposed to use to holy mod. I forgot and I lubed them all, and once you lube them and you put the wire in, well, of course the inside where the tape is supposed to go gets lubed, so you can't really apply the tape anymore. So there I was stressfully trying to fix them for the next 5 hours, and I finally got it to work, but man was it an annoying process. So please use the tape so you guys can perform the holy mod. Definitely recommend. These stabilizers are absolutely horrible without it. The silicone keyboard feet come in white or black depending on whatever you want to use. So if you do go with the white keyboard kit, you can use the white feet to match the keyboard color. Very nice. When it comes to the PCB, I don't like flex cuts in my PCBs. It makes the kit sound thinner. So what I decided to do was to take out the internal weight and include the foam. Now I did not want to include the battery, so I did replace the battery with the foam as well. And I'm only going to be using case and plate foam. I don't like PE foam in my keyboard builds. I just think it makes all the keyboards sound the same. The switches I'm going to be using are the WS yellow switches. Now these are a great light linear switch that are factory lubed. The keycaps I'm going to be using are the British Racing Green keycap set, because it does match that green and gold almost perfectly. I think it's basically made for this keyboard color way, so I decided to use that. Other than the stabilizers, the build process is quite straightforward. Once you put all the switches into the plate, PCB and all that stuff, you can just screw the top part on and you're kind of ready to go. Now the gaskets included, for me personally, I had one that was a lot smaller than the rest. I don't know why, it just was. Now it didn't create a problem for me, but I just thought I'd mention that. The overall sound and feel experience after this whole keyboard is built, it honestly feels great. I do think it is a great budget contender, but I'm saying budget pretty loosely because it's still on the pricier side. Hopefully in the future we can get lower in pricing and still get a great solid experience. The flex is very nice. If you don't include, like tape mod or anything like that, you will get a nice flex out of it because it does have those flex cuts in the plate and PCB. Here is a quick sound test of how this keyboard sounds. I'm really happy with how this keyboard turned out. I don't know if I like how the switches that I chose sound in this keyboard, so to speak. So maybe I'll switch those out even though they feel very nice. I'm not a big fan of how they sound. I forgot to mention that the modifiers are actually the Keeps for All laughing gas switches, which is why they sound so deep compared to the clackiness of the WS yellow switches for the modifier keys. I don't really have that many complaints with the final build, just the fact that the stabilizers were a big pain in the butt. I don't know why they were so bad, so that's my only complaint. Give me better stock stabilizers and we'll be good to go. I'll be leaving a link to the group buy of this keyboard in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.